Enter your chance to win a copy of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, your choice, PlayStation or Xbox. All you have to do to enter to win is subscribe and leave a like and a comment on this video. Welcome to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's Abyss, and in this video, I want to talk about some tips and tricks that I wish I knew earlier. Alright, so after completing the game and having over 90 hours into it, it's time to talk about some tips and tricks. First up, no fall damage. So let's say you're climbing a tower and you don't see a hay barrel or anything like that to land in. Just jump off the edge, and while you're almost close to the bottom, you're going to be spamming the R2 button, which is the heavy attack, and you'll do an aerial heavy attack while you hit the ground. So you're going to do that aerial attack and you'll completely avoid fall damage. This is very useful if you're just trying to get your way to the bottom without actually climbing down. Just jump off the edge. Keep spamming that R2 button, which is your heavy attack. When you get close to the ground, it'll do that aerial heavy attack move, and you'll completely avoid fall damage, no damage at all. Okay, so next I want to talk about the assault. So I know it's going to be fun, using the ram and, just trying the different things out in a game. But after a while, you're going to want to do something else. Now, you could let your allies use the ram and just wait for them, but I don't recommend doing that. What you want to do is completely skip it. Find a wall that you can climb and get to the other side. You don't want to use the ram at all. And I'm going to show you something. And you'll notice when I jump off the edge here, I'm going to use my heavy attack so I can avoid damage. But once you get to the other side, all you got to do is hit two pieces of wood that's blocking the door, open it up, and this will avoid having to use the ram or waiting for your allies to use the ram. Just climb the nearest wall, get to the other side, and this will save you a bunch of time. Next, I want to talk about the best melee ability and the best range ability. So first, I'm going to talk about the melee. This location and the other location I'm going to show you is to the left of your settlement. So you can get these two abilities very early in the game, and it doesn't take that much at all to get them. So for the melee ability, it's a harpoon. So when you throw it at an enemy, you can pick a direction and aim it towards a wall, or aim it to another enemy or a group of enemies, and it will do almost double the damage. It is definitely one of the best abilities you can get for your melee early on in the game. So I'm going to have timestamps for everything that I'm talking about in this video. I will have timestamps for the best melee ability and the best range ability. And I will show you, like I'm doing right now, exactly how to get them. I'm almost to the melee ability, and then I'll be back to explain a little bit more about the range ability. Alright, now it's time for the range ability. And again, you'll notice we're just to the left of our settlement. The other one I think is just a little bit north of where we're at, so they're both very close by. So with this one, when you use this one, it will slow down time and allow you to continuously use your arrows. This is probably one of the best ones for the range. What I like the most is they're just very close to your settlement. Doesn't take that much at all to get them. So I highly recommend when you get to England, go and get these two abilities right away. Next, I want to talk about resetting your skill points. So when you start the game, there's 3 different ways you can go. And if you go one way, there's a whole bunch of different branches too. So what I recommend in the beginning is don't worry about it too much, because nothing is permanent, right? So say if you go a direction, you're just like, oh man, I wish I never went that direction because I see something over there that I would have liked to have earlier on. You'll go to the end of the tree that I'm doing right now, hover over it, and then just click the button for reset. And this will give you back the skill points. So then you can go to another branch and just unlock it that way and see if you find something else that you would have preferred to have. So nothing is permanent, right? You can always reset your skill points, try a different direction, and see if you find something better. Next, I want to talk about starting a raid without your Longship. So I like to explore the open world, see what's available, get all the collectibles, and I might run into an area that there's a raid. Well, you don't need your Longship. As long as you're not in combat, and let's say you go up to one of these doors right here where it says force open, you'll press down on the D-pad, and then to the top left, you can start a raid. You don't have to be in your Longship. You could be on foot. I didn't realize this until later on in the game, so I think it's kind of nice to know this in case you are exploring the open world, you're getting all these collectibles, and you happen to run into one of these areas, you can start a raid without your Longship. Next, I want to talk about flour smoke bombs. So you're going to see a big pouch of flour, and when you hit it, it will work the same way as a smoke bomb. You can find these when you're doing raids or maybe an assault or something like that. So just be on the lookout for that big pouch of flour, hit it real quick, and it'll work the same way as a smoke bomb. You can find them when you're doing raids or throughout the village. They're very useful if you want to get away, or maybe you just want to, quickly take down the enemy. Just be on the lookout for that big pouch of flour, hit it, and it'll work the same way as a smoke bomb.
Spread out. We have this.
Next, I want to talk about weak points. So when you're aiming your bow, you'll notice that certain body parts will start glowing on enemies. Aim for that because that'll do some serious stun damage. And if you just notice, I used my bow ability, the one I showed you earlier, to slow down time and make it easier to aim for those weak points. So whenever you see any kind of weak points, make sure you aim for that because that is going to do some serious stun damage. Alright, so the next one is when you're at a ladder, you can hold down circle or B, and this will make you slide down the ladder fast. Next, there are some breakable walls that you will need to use this red jar that I'm carrying in order to break it down. Just place the jar in front of it, get back, and then shoot it with your arrow, and that will destroy the wall. Alright, so the next one, you can meditate to change to day or night. You're going to hold down the down button on the D-pad and then select meditate. So if you want it to be nighttime, you can switch, or if you want it to be daytime, you can switch. I used to do this all the time in Odyssey. If I was taking over a fort, I would always switch it to nighttime because it would be a little bit easier. Next is a reminder, if you played Assassin's Creed before, you can light your arrows on fire. And last, be on the lookout for bells. If an enemy runs up to it and starts ringing it, they're going to bring in some reinforcements. But if you aim for the red thing that I'm aiming for right now, you can disable it. So just be on the lookout for any bells. Alright, there you have it. Those are the tips and tricks for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If there's anything else you would like to add, then please leave them in the comments down below. But other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel, and I will see you next time.